what I have to say that I was really impressed, honestly, by the performance of the Ministry of Construction during 1 hour to discuss about BIM and saying something which is not so general. So that means that it's very impressed to see that, because I mean there is no, it's not obvious for that. That is a really impression. And secondly, I mean, according to the discussion we had with the Ministry of Construction 1 month or 2 months ago in Paris, it was interesting to be obliged to clarify the question of how to manage the continuity of digital information during the construction cycle. So that is interesting for that, and I appreciate to be obliged to do that. So it was a good question, and I think the exercise is really interesting to do. It's the same challenge for Russia than for the other country. Everybody now really is speaking about BIM. It's not more an issue. I mean, our figures, typically in France, is all of our design now is under BIM. There is no discussion about that. Except that the point is the digital is not sustainable by itself. I mean, I am old now. I am the first generation who are working totally on digital aspect. When I start to my work, I implement already software. So I'm the first generation with CAD system. And we know something, that we are totally, it is totally impossible to reread again the first CAD deliverable we have done 30 years ago. Okay? So the digital is not new. We know what does it mean. And that, for me, the question of standardization is absolutely crucial to avoid a huge failure with the possibility to make any business with digital for the next 10 years, typically for the construction industry, because the life cycle of a construction is long time, 50 years, maybe more, 100 years, for everything. Nuclear plant, sewers, or railway system, and so on. It's long term. So it's really an obligation. And the second thing I think will be also an obligation is because standardization is the only one way to deploy something sustainable in terms of low carbon strategy. I say that at the final session of the Building Smart Summit in Beijing 2 weeks ago, that now the challenge is no more for the construction industry. We have done the job. And typically we are going to deliver IFC 5 this year or next year. The challenge is now for the software vendors to be fit with that. Because it's the first time since 25 years that the construction industry has delivered their own specification in terms of what is the digital information needed. And now it's time for the software vendors to fit with that, to modify their business around that. And also for the telecom industry. Because if we are not able to have a real time on the digital twin on site, I mean, we are working for nothing. It's to consider that we have to drop totally the drawings. When I say totally, I mean it could be useful still to have some drawings, but to consider that all of the information has to be embedded in the model, on the digital model. But now we have still some progress to develop. That means that digital twin means two things: the model as built, so more or less we are able to do that. But to be able also to have the how to say, the dynamic model, that the model under operation. But digital model under operation means that to add new information, new kind of information.